Alright, so here's a few extra uses of the extrude tool that I use frequently. So one thing I'll do a lot is use it, like if I'm smoothing an object like this, you'll notice there's a lot of pulling here that's caused by the tries on the top of this cylinder. And if I add, if I want to harden this edge, I need one edge loop on either side of this edge here. So this, adding one loop below will get me kind of closer. But you'll notice, again, as I mentioned in my insert edge loop video, if I try to insert an edge loop on the top of this cap, it's not going to work because it is all tries, and the insert edge loop doesn't know what the heck to do with that. So a lot of times, to get this edge loop in here, like right in here, instead of trying to like manually draw it in or something ridiculous with like the multi-cut tool, I'll just grab all the faces on the top of the object, extrude them, and then scale them in. And by doing this, it gives me my nice 3 edge loops, and it was like the simplest way that I found to ever do this ever. And then the other nice thing about this, so like if I scale that in a little bit, by doing this, it allows me to insert more edge loop tools here if I ever need to. So like if I ever have a cap that's like covered in tries like this, most of the times I'll just leave an extra little extrude in there, because then I can go back and add edge loops, since all of these rows are quads like this. So that's one super handy use for the extrude tool. Another thing that I will do with it kind of frequently, so like let's say I'm making, I don't know, like an iPhone or something like that. So I'm like, cool, here's my object, I'm gonna, imagine this is like not an iPhone with fantastic topology, but I'm just gonna like bevel these edges here. So here's another thing that I'll a lot of times, sometimes, use the extrude tool for if I don't care about the topology. So like this right here is a giant n-gon, the bevel tool will do that. So again, I'll just extrude this, scale it in. Now at least I have quads. It's kind of less awful than it was before, sort of. And then I'm just going to do another extrude, and then, so it'll give me, you know, another loop in here, and then I'll just merge that whole thing with the center. So at least I can add edge loops up here if I need to. So I'm just going to do that again on the bottom really quick. So extrude, scale in, extrude again. You don't really need to scale in, but like, look, here's my extrude, and then I will merge that. But yeah, so like now I have my weird, awkward little phone, and I'm just going to kind of insert some edge loop tool. I'm going to like harden these edges a little bit. But maybe I want this corner, or like this edge in here, a little bit more rounded. Instead of me trying to go in, because I always like my stuff to be symmetrical where possible, so instead of me trying to go in and be like, I think this kind of maybe looks like the center of the object, maybe? Yeah, and then like trying to like equidistantly place edge loops, like let's say you forgot to just like add the loops in when you're creating the square. I will shamelessly use the extrude tool, so I'll just select these edges, extrude them, and then scale them down. And then when I scale them out, they're going to be the same distance from like this, let's see, so this face here is going to be the same distance as this one on the bottom. So it's going to give me like a really nice even curvature, so that when I smooth this, it has a really nice sort of rounded edge to it. So that's another thing I will use the insert edge loop tool, or the extrude tool for.